that and the transit state and the hydropower under a very strong ethical policy and guardianship that gives negotiation skills to a higher degree than it has today, hospitality and voluntary simplicity with these pillars, it could be that Nepal then stands up and becomes, in fulfilling this, becomes a change agent, a teacher, and somebody that many people would go to say, how did you do that? How did you do that? And how can we learn from you? So the proposition is, look at that, think about it, and if you like it, just talk about this among yourselves. Look at how it can be in policy, at policy level. I think India would very much appreciate it. I think India needs a peaceful neighbor.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? I am not sure. I am... okay, this is the discussion starting already. Yes, I welcome now a discussion, questions and answers. And obviously, as a foreigner, I have made many mistakes in my book. And Nepali people will notice it, that this is not this and that. If there are thinking mistakes, I welcome your feedback so that I deepen my own and I revise the proposition. I still believe that proposition is worthwhile, but if you can help the author or help each other how to present it in such a way that it can be credible to others as well, that would be very helpful for me. Right, that's it on my part. It's enough presentation, and we now have some questions and answers. All right? Is it all right? Who would like to make a comment, ask a question, please? Yes.
Should I begin?
Yes.
I don't need that.
You don't need that? Okay.
When we talk about good guardianship, we talked about good guardianship in Nepal.
Guardianship.
For your information, we have our guardian already set.
Okay. Is that foreign?
Across the board. So, the guardian is across the border.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I understand. I understand your point. I understand.
That was not my question, just for your information. We have a guardian.
Yes. Would you like to say what this is? Yes.
Isabel Dickens has written a book which I've inaugurated today. Since we have the presentation from her, I think she opened up so many issues and lessons which we need to follow. Ramali sir is here. Professor is here, Paul Bhai is here, and everyone, all dignitaries who have loved this and have tried for this under field of work. And I think from the Ministry of Education's perspective, see it as the good, topic as a subject for study in higher education, in school education, if we can incorporate the messages of peace which she has brought through the book, and people could teach those messages to our children, to our students, we could really generate something really make our people stand for peace. So what she has brought in, that is, let's take it as the gift for us, because whatever she has brought, the perspective of writers, maybe she has tried to triangulate the information what she has received from different aspects, different angles, and whatever she has brought in, that is really very important. She has talked about how the late King Virendra has forwarded the proposal of Nepal as devotees. And I do have that pointed out the guardianship. Guardianship, she has forwarded the message of guardianship that whatever we have, let's take it as we are the guardians of those things which we should preserve for the next generation, which we should keep as the child how we grow as guardians. So these are some of the messages she has brought. She talked about water, she talked about to incorporate in education. I think the book which I published and the Bhrikuti publication has really brought a very important book to us. I think on behalf of the district, I would like to congratulate not only for doing all of this. Let's work together if we can be part of forwarding the messages to the students, to the youth, and the next generation. I will but what I would like to say that let's work for this. And we have talked much, but have we really done it on our part? Because we know this is very such. I would like to let's work together. Incorporate this in our curriculum, in our works, and in our we are trying to sorry,
You see, the book is very encyclopedic. The way it's presented brings me into a very difficult situation. The book combines all sources of knowledge, scientific, social, and institutional. It's a very synthesis of all disciplines. Therefore, it's a co-raising of merit, it's a justice so comprehensive. It's a very, very difficult answer. The questions she has posed basically three questions: whether Nepal can survive in this turbulent world. I see there are three choices for Nepal that gives its resiliency. The first, our society is very resilient, therefore it is society that is carrying the state. The second point is that Nepal historically has survived in imperial system, in hegemonic system, in multi-state system, and also in the cooperative regime now undergoing. Therefore, that also gives a strength. And third is a centripetal forces of society. The cohesiveness society, overlapping existence of different groups, different communities, and the ability to cooperate, the ability to reciprocate, that gives Nepal strength and resilience. Nepal doesn't face the cultural cringe, it doesn't face the inferiority complex before others, because it is the producer of enlightenment. Three traditional enlightenment is prime for Nepal. First comes from Veda, second from Janak, and third Buddha. Therefore, since it itself radiated enlightenment to the world, it doesn't have to feel inferiority complex. This gives it a strength and also openness to outsiders that makes us very hospitable to the tourists. It has, as the Isabel has highlighted about Nepal's competitive advantage, competitive strength is those advantages and the strength on which we count on for building Nepal's future. Third is, we see the turbulence within the country in two areas. Internal cohesion is a very fragile, and after adaptation is also a problem. Therefore, in a lot of areas we see, as you have also rightly said, that Nepal does not lose its dignity. It's a gaining sympathy, but democracy requires dignity of the citizen, and once citizens become active with his own heritage, his own values that were once a light for the whole world, then on that basis it can stand. She has brought a lot of positive sides of Nepali society, Nepali state, Nepali culture, Nepali ecology, and the relation between state and society. Those are important points we have to explore, we have to do research, we have to see how we can become relevant to ourselves and the international community. The book comes with a very positive mindset about Nepal. It gives a lot of hopes, and on those hopes we have to mobilize our citizens for collective action. With this I conclude, and I congratulate all. Thank you very much.
Let us have 3 questions and then tea together. Let us have 2 questions. Let us have 1 question.
Thank you very much. Sabel, you have given a very positive and elaborate picture and reflects employment. You have been very kind enough to make the society and the process of development going on here. I understand you are fully associated with human rights organization. If I am correct, once I had the opportunity to talk to you 2-3 years ago, and this art perspective maybe. So taking into consideration, you have given an idealistic picture. Never in the history, in the past, this country was passing through such a turbulent situation, and the patriotic citizen is having a question, is wondering over, contemplating deeply, very seriously, whether or not this country will have independent identity. So, in a way, you have given a good coverage. You have explained the colorful sides of the traditions, civilizations, everything. That very good, and for that I must go to my colleague, Mr. Aida, congratulate you for taking this pen. But coming to the substance, or coming to the gist, at the outset you mentioned 1955 having non-aligned conference. This was a prelude, I suppose. This was the exploration initiative in which even Chu and I, the late Prime Minister of China, Jawaharlal Nehru, they were a luminary who worked together to explore the ways and strategies of be taking into consideration the Cold War superpower. This was a brilliant. And in fact, non-aligned movement first, that was held in 1961, very good. And that was a successful installation. Second thing, you touched upon SARC. You explained, you said the comparative impact. Definitely, Nepal has many things at disposal, but the irritant side that are responsible to manage, to speed the process of SARC, you have to say it. Maybe you didn't want to divulge into these things, since you time and again said that I am the foreigner, I am not the judge. So you didn't go into the crux of the problem as to why, in spite of the third decade, SARC must have made much progress. You kindly said like this. Otherwise, you have done a wonderful job. You deserve credit, appreciation. Thank you, sir.
One more question. What you have done is a wonderful thing. I think it's a very, very great thing for again bringing this sort of this infant here in Nepal. I think you are suggesting that this should go in the constitution, in our constitution. But I see some problems there because zone of peace, once proposed by King Devendra, it was accepted by many countries in the world. And I think it should come from international world also, communities also, to support your ideas. And it should be, I think, accepted by many, and it should be said that it should be incorporated in the constitution of Nepal. If they say that will be a valid point, I think you have started a debate in, and it should go to many countries, people from outside Nepal, many international players who should also accept these ideas and it should be put in the constitution eventually. I think it's a very good idea, great thing. Is there some follow? Will there be some follow programs to make such things viable?
Why has SARC taken such a long time to implement its vision? Was that the question? More or less?
It has not made much headway in spite of the expectations and efforts.
Yes. Why has Europe finally got it after it hurt itself again and again and again? The European Union is a showcase study. But it took a Napoleon, it took amazing rivalry between Russia, UK, France, Germany, and the other states, only in military terms to have power. All the kingly houses were fighting among themselves. It was all about power through the military. First World War. It was a great idea, the League of Nations. Great idea. Even America was not part of it. And then the Second World proved that idealism is just not enough. Why does it take so much pain for Europe to suddenly have one generation after a few enlightened minds to say, hey, instead of bashing each other's heads and destroying our economy, our families and everything, instead of competing for resources, how about we share them? And they started sharing the coal industry and the iron industry, which obviously at that time were the two key industries for the war mechanism. So they turned these industries that were highly in competition for war into sharing and into a civil cooperation. I don't know why humanity needs to hurt itself so long before it says, wait a minute, there must be a better way. All I can see is that it does. Why has SARC taken so long to say, let us actually be 7 and then with Afghanistan 8 cooperative partners, and we will have a healthy symbiosis between the large one and the little ones, and we will look at our comparative advantages, and we will have no trade barriers, and the specialists will be fair, and we will help our youth all over to be educated, to speak Urdu, to speak Hindi, to speak Nepali, to speak English, and we will bring us forward to be at the same level as the EU and America. Why not? It's in the minds of people. So you can say it's because maybe India is 70% of SARC. Okay, we go by numbers and percentages, and we all say India, India, India. We can do that for another 2 decades. We can find a culprit, and India will be the perfect one every time anyway, and say because of them we're not advancing. It is probably true, but it doesn't make a difference whether it's true or not. It is also an excuse even when we are right. Somebody has hurt me, and I can use that as an excuse for being hurt all my life. And not know what health is, and what self-confidence is, and what movement is. So, even though this question is worth a whole paper, why has SARC not moved in 30 years? Whether you have it India-centered as an answer, or regional-centered, history-centered, economically you can look at different aspects. But if you look at what can we do about it, now, I say, what can Nepal do about the fact that SARC has not moved in 30 years? What is Nepal's answer? It doesn't have much in its pocket to play the game, but it has maybe a zone of peace. That will make it into guardianship of the environmental resources. We'll bring the blue helmets here. We'll have it as a center of learning for peace. We'll have a comparative advantage there. And when Nepal will write the constitution that people accept and people will follow and the rule of law, it will come. It takes a while, but it will come. And it will be admired. I really believe that. So even though your question is worth a lot of study, may I answer with, for today at least, the question, what can Nepal do about it now? And look for answers here that are practical, even though that is so important, because then we can justify. A follow-up on this, yes, we do have. Anand Aditya has very kindly prepared and booked the Chelsea Hall. Chelsea, would you like to say a few words about this? Or shall I? Would you? A follow-up discussion.
Welcome to this session. I hope that, like me, when I was approached for the forward, I said I would like to refer to only one page. When I looked into the book cover, I said there was so much material that I also learned from. Actually, there were unstructured items also for me to sell and to get increased. Voluntary simplicity, for instance, that was not in my mind, and I started reading it. Similarly, there were quite a few other things also. So I said, from a foreigner, especially from a French scholar, there was something very, very special. In fact, after reading democratic innovations by Leo Roach and Bhola Joshi, I think it is the first of its kind. Although I cannot claim that I have read everything that was available on Nepalese politics, but still, this is like an milestone. And here I was also waiting for someone to take the initiative. And when I met Dr. Isabel, I also had to thank Devraji, who asked me to write the foreword. It was a great privilege for me. I feel honored. Also, of course, I have written foreword for Tekna Rizal. That was over 4 years ago. I did not regret. But every page on my part claimed some painful, sort of effort, because I had to work through the ideas. And every line that I have written there, I feel it came from me, but borrowing in many instances from what was written. So, it is a really very good book for every Nepali. In fact, had I money, I would like to have really got it condensed into a 100-page volume and distributed it freely for every Nepali in Nepali. So that was the request that went from me also to Mr. Lekha Pandey. I told him, if you cannot get it done in full, cover to cover, then why don't you just make it into 50 pages of translation in Nepali, so that every Nepali has got the privilege to know, to acquire the confidence and to curtail on the kind of inferiority complex that has been collecting in the mindset, the psyche of every Nepali, right from day one of the Delhi Pact. That was from 1950. Down the road, I feel that we have got the years lost. Not because the people wanted them get lost, but because of the betrayal of certain of these political actors on the scene, of which there is not scarcity there. Let me not take them. There is darkness and with all the potentials of light that we will have. As a hydropower, major hydropower after Brazil, why is it that we have been talking about electricity every day, every night? It has become a kind of the talk of the town, but the terror of night. All these things, I'm not going to detail, but I must thank very much and appreciate a lady like Isabel coming from France all the time. And when I came to know that she also holds some kind of background in international relations and relations and diplomacy, that was all the added work to it. Then here I said, let us have her dedication to augment the kind of, lack of confidence that we have, commitment then, and then the competence. These three C's will be really very much required in the days ahead if we really want to restructure this country into the dream of a society we would be proud of a country we have lived for, of a nation we are going to make into something better, and also a government which also does not only not deliver through its governance, but something to be learned from by many people across the country. I heard that on the Gurkha prowess, there is a course that the Swiss brothers are learning. I would have to remind you also of some of the valor, the story of Shaga, that the Nepalese stalwarts have left on the sands of history. Just recently last year, there was one guy back in Nepal, in Indian army, who had, salvaged quite a beautiful guy just to his prowess. I was reminded of the story of Khada Bahadur in 30s or 40s, about which I had read in the graduate books of humanities. I was reminded of that. Why do you want to keep talking? Have you ever done anything to honor that guy? Ram Prasad Shrestha. तपाईहरु सुन्नु आएको होला हामी कुरा मात्रै गर्छौं तर हामी उलाई बोलाएर सम्मान गर्न सक्दैनौं भारत सरकार सम्मान गरिसक्यो यो सम्मान गर्ने परम्परा पनि एउटा is an indicator of the kind of spoiled statehood that we have. So the time has come. I feel very much grateful to all the stalwarts in the way of freedom who have sacrificed their lives, fought and fallen, because it is due to them that we are not the relics, we are now full-fledged citizens. But we have to deserve to get the kind of values that we want. यो खाली गराएर यो किन आएन रिपब्लिक एक दिनमा किन आएन भनेर हुँदैन हामीले आफूले के गरेछौँ let's look into ourselves. This is a moment, I think, Isabel is actually saying sort of evoking, trying to evoke something deep. I was moved when she said that your folk spirit ho, Nepalko dharma ho, यो चाहिँ एकदमै पिस माइन्डेड उहाँले भन्नुभएको छ मैले त it's a very deep saying. Do we have the courage to go and grab and get something done with that? Thank you very much.
Be expected next week, next Saturday at Chelsea International Academy, mid-Banishore from 3 to 5, continuing on this with only a 20-minute slide for those who were not present today, and moving with another mixed public. And it is a larger room, so we can seat more people, and you are very welcome to come next Saturday between 3 and 5 with less presentation and more discussion. I think that's it now. And you're ready for tea?
Yeah.
Good? Okay. Then let's just have tea together and discuss more personally with each other. Am I forgetting something? Is there something else on the program? I'm not aware of this. You guys? Would you?
धेरै लामो समय लिन्न उहाँले खालि उहाँको आफ्नो जुन किताब निस्क्यो त्यसमा नेपाल सम्बन्धी केही इन्फर्मेसन राख्नको निमित्त उहाँले मलाई मेल गर्नुभयो। मेरो अर्को किताब थियो जियोलोजी फर टेक्निकल स्टुडेन्ट नामको। अनि त्यहाँले उहाँले के गर्नुभयो भने मसँग स्वीकृति माग्नुभयो। उहाँसँग कहिले चिन्जान थिएन, मेरो स्वीकृति माग्नुभयो। मैले तुरन्त उहाँको चाहिँ मेल फरवार्ड गरिदिएँ, स्वीकृति दिएँ। र उहाँले पछि के पनि भन्यो भनेदेखि म नेपाल सम्बन्धी मैले एउटा यस्तो किताब निकालेको छु, मलाई नेपाली पब्लिसर पनि चाहियो भनेर। मैले सजिलैसँग म पब्लिस गरिदिन्छु त्यो किताब भनेर मैले इमेलको जवाब पठाइदिएँ। बस यतिबाट मात्रै हाम्रो चाहिँ भएको हो। र पछि अब आनन्द आदित्य सरले चाहिँ उहाँलाई चाहिँ अब ल्याउनु पर्यो। अनि मैले उहाँको यो फ्रान्सबाट पेरिसबाट यो बुक निस्किसकेको थियो र पछि यहाँबाट नेपालको लागि सर्टेन करेक्सन गरेर हामीले चाहिँ यो किताब निकालेका हौँ। यो उहाँले उठाउनु भएको एउटा अभियानलाई हामीले आनन्द आदित्य सरले भने जस्तै हामीले पनि सम्मान गरेका हौँ। र पिस त्यत्तिकै आउँदैन, उहाँले यहाँ आएर स्टडी गर्नुभयो। एउटा नेपाल हाम्रो नेपाल चाहिँ जोन अफ पिस जस्तो भनेर उहाँले दिनुभयो। हामीले हाम्रो ठाउँबाट जसरी सक्छौँ त्यसरी गरेको खण्डमा आज नभए पनि भोलि नभए पनि पछि कुनै दिन नेपाल एउटा चाहिँ जोन अफ पिस हुनेछ भन्ने मैले विश्वास गरेको छु। र यसमा यहाँहरूले आफ्नो ठाउँबाट सक्दो योगदान गरिदिनु निमित्त म हार्दिक धन्यवाद दिँदै यो कार्यक्रममा आफ्नो अमूल्य समय दिएर यहाँले हामीलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुभयो र हामीलाई साथ दिनेमा चेल्सी इन्टरनेसनल एकाडेमी, साइपाल एकाडेमी, अरुणिमा एजुकेसनल फाउन्डेसन लगायतले हामीले सहयोग गर्नुभएको छ। अन्य कुराहरूमा उहाँहरूलाई पनि धन्यवाद दिँदै अब हामी चाहिँ केही छ यसलाई चाहिँ यो कार्यक्रम यहाँ समाप्त भएको म घोषणा गर्दै अब तल चिया लिनुको निमित्त चिया जलपानको लागि म अनुरोध गर्छु। हस्, धन्यवाद। एउटा कुरा मैले भन्न बिर्सेँ, उहाँको पुस्तक चाहिँ आजको लागि 600 रुपियाँमा बिक्रीमा राखेको छ र उहाँ तल काउन्टरबाट त्यो प्राप्त हुनेछ र डाक्टर इजाबेल तल बसेर उहाँले चाहिँ त्यसमा सिग्नेचर गरिदिनुहुन्छ यहाँहरूले चाहनुभयो। हस्, धन्यवाद।
Only one or two? Two. One cup two sides. One for who? And I design it
Samuel, we'll talk to you later.
You bet. You bet. Now you come home well and good night. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure, Samuel.
Thank you. Thank you. Give me a call. I don't have your number on your mobile phone.
Do I have?
Yes.
You put it in your email.
This one.
Then I'll see you. Oh yeah, most welcome tomorrow. I'll be there.